G'day guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's video, I'm doing finals predictions, week 1. The first week of finals are here. Yay! Sorry, I've been very inactive recently. I've only put up one video. It wasn't even an actual video. It's just a live stream. Because in this stage 4 lockdown, I just haven't given two stuffs, to be honest. So now I'm back making more videos. There'll be more videos coming out this week. And if you haven't checked it out already, episode 2 of the Nico on the Go podcast is in the description, okay? Okay, the Spotify link is in the description, okay? I can't get the audio onto YouTube yet, but hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to try and upload onto my YouTube channel, okay? But it's on Spotify, okay? Go and check it out. On with the first episode, okay? But anyway, here we are. We got the tips. We have got the tips. Sorry about this, guys. Here we go. The finals are here. Okay, we got Port first, Brisbane second, Richmond third, Dillon 4th, West Coast 5th, St Kilda 6th, Bulldogs 7th, Collingwood 8th. Okay, just to show you the ladder again, in case you haven't noticed. Okay, so yeah, here's the ladder for 2020. And now this is where the real season starts, okay? The first final, okay? It is Port Adelaide and Geelong on Thursday night, and boy am I excited for this final. This is a really intriguing clash because Port finished on top, rightly so, because they've been so consistent all year with their mix of youth and experience, blending in perfectly here with consistency all across the board, but the sound of Travis Boak as well has really helped, okay? Against Geelong, who have been very good all year, one of the premiership favourites from a lot of people, personally not me, but up there for premiership favouritism this year. And this is a Geelong team which I'm not confident on in finals because they've won only 4 of their last 15 finals in the Chris Scott era, so that's not a good finals record, okay? The home ground advantage obviously helps Port Adelaide. The crowd, 25,000 of mostly Port fans, so yeah, that helps. Geelong are way more experienced on paper, yeah, and they've got Gary Ablett, Patrick Dangerfield, Joel Selwyn, and a host of players coming back. But I think I'm going to be tipping the power because I don't trust Geelong finals, and Port have been on top all year. They've been so consistent, so I reckon they'll bring it in finals. Okay. So yeah, for me, Port, Geelong. Okay. I just don't trust Geelong finals, and I just think Port will be revved up hot for this because Port Adelaide haven't won a final since 2014, so it's been a while for Port Adelaide between drinks. But yeah, and plus Geelong have had the wood over them. Even though Geelong had the wood over them, I think Geelong won 8 of the last 10 clashes. I'm still gonna tip the power. I just think that will be red hot and ready for finals. Now I'm gonna skip over these because I'm gonna be doing in chronological order. Okay, the second qualifying final is on Friday night, and it's the repeat of last year's qualifying final at the Gabba. And these two are exactly in the same positions as last year. Brisbane v Richmond. It's really intriguing. Richmond, the premiership favourites, they're their own premiers obviously, and rightly so, okay? Because Richmond have had the biggest wood over Brisbane since 2004. I think Richmond won. I think Brisbane only won maybe it's 2009 or 2004. I can't remember, but yeah. Brisbane have only won once in the past 15 clashes against Richmond. It's been absolutely ridiculous, that streak, and especially in the past few years, it's very noticeable. Because the last few times, including last year in the qualifying final, Richmond have absolutely put Brisbane to the sword. Okay, one of the main issues that hurt Brisbane last year in the qualifying final was their accuracy. If they kicked straight in the first half, they possibly could have had a bigger lead or possibly could have won it. But now Richmond paid for their mistakes in the first half in front of goal and won by about 7 or 8 goals. Okay. Richmond haven't got Tom Lynch, but that's okay. I think Richmond they don't rely on one player. They don't rely on players. They rely on a system. Okay, and it works. And it's shown this year. Richmond have had a lot of injuries, but with their system, they've managed to stay consistent and be in the top 4 area. Okay. Harris Andrews is coming back earlier than expected from that hamstring injury, which will help. He'll get the job on Jack Riewoldt, no doubt. But I know Brisbane are more experienced this year, and they've probably had a better year with more blokes standing up than last year. I think Brisbane will be better this year, but I still think Richmond will win because of the streak, and I just think the way Richmond play Brisbane, it's just too good, and I just think I can't see Brisbane winning this final. Okay, I'm sorry, Lions fans, if there's any watching my channel, but yeah, I think Richmond win. I think they'll just be a bit too good for them. I just think they're still too experienced at Brisbane. Moving on to the second elimination final, the Saturday Twilight. On my birthday, the 3rd of October. It's on my birthday, so it's going to be a great birthday or a shit birthday, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's St Kilda. Haven't played finals in 9 years. Taking up against the Western Bulldogs. These two teams, it's probably the hardest final to tip for neutral fans, okay? I'm not a neutral fan, obviously. I'm a Dogs fan, but here's the reason why it's hard to tip. It's because they're both evenly matched. They're both young. The way they play is very different to teams like Geelong or West Coast or Richmond, okay? They play very different ways, okay? And yeah, it's just going to be really interesting. I think the Dogs, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I think the Dogs have the better midfield in class and experience, okay? St Kilda's midfield with Jack Steele is very good, don't get me wrong. I just think the Bulldogs are more star-studded across the board. And we've had that, and a lot of them are premiership players from 2016. So yeah, that's another thing that I think the Dogs will win, is the finals experience, because we've got 8 or 9 premiership players still in the team. Okay, while St Kilda only have a few finals players, and some of those players who have played finals are from other clubs, like Bradley Hill, Paddy Ryder, and Zach Jones and Dan Hannery. Okay, they're from all other clubs. Okay. So that will help. The recruits at St Kilda, helping their finals experience. But I still don't. I just think that after last year's disastrous final to the Giants from the Bulldogs, I think they'll be raring, pumping to go, and motivated to get past the first week of finals this time. And I don't think the Dogs will let a young, unknown St Kilda finals team beat them. So I think the Dogs will win in a close one. I think we'll win by a couple of goals. And here we go. That was the hardest final to tip for most neutral fans. Unfortunately for Collingwood fans, this is probably the easiest game to tip. West Coast v Collingwood up the stadium on the Saturday night. Disadvantages for Collingwood are the crowd, obviously, with it very heavy. West Coast, obviously. The ground itself, West Coast, it's probably the biggest home ground advantage in the league, so that helps the Eagles. What doesn't help Collingwood either is Eagles have three or four of their best players coming back from injury, okay? Including Luke Shuey from the hamstring, Jeremy McGovern from, I can't remember what it was, I think it was the knee, Jamie Cripps, and Jack Redden, okay? So they're very important into the Eagles, okay? Don't get me wrong, Collingwood have got recently their players back. I just think, even though Collingwood's defence is one of the best in the league, I think West Coast will overpower them in heights, okay? I think West Coast forward line is the best in the comp. I know it's controversial, I know it's a weird opinion, but I think West Coast forward line is the best in the comp, with Josh Kennedy, Jack Darling as the talls. You've got Jamie Cripps, and Oscar Allen, and Jake Waterman as the medium-sized forwards. And of course you've got the new All-Australian forward pocket, Liam Ryan, Flying Ryan. So yeah, that's some of the factors that I think West Coast will win. But the main factor I think West Coast will win, and I think they'll win comfortably, is just Collingwood can't score. Okay, out of all the eight teams in the finals, Collingwood are the worst scoring team by a country mile. Okay, they just can't score. Okay, they don't have that big power forward like a Candy or a Darling to take over a game. Yes, I know they have Mason Cox and that final from a couple of years ago, but still, I just think that was just a fluke, to be honest. I don't think we'll see Mason Cox have that night again. But yeah, I think the Eagles will win by 25 points. And Jordan De Goey, don't get me wrong, Jordan De Goey is great, and when De Goey is on fire, Collingwood are very dangerous. But if you take him out of the game and limit his influence, like he didn't have the influence against Port Adelaide, he only scored like a goal and Port Adelaide won, so it made sense. If you take De Goey out of the game and his influence, then I think West Coast will win, because Collingwood just can't score if he's not fit and firing, because you can't really trust Mason Cox or Brody Myercheck to get bag, okay, to win you a final, okay? So I think West Coast will win by about 25 points. I reckon it'll be close early, but I think West Coast, as the game goes on, will gradually kick away. So yeah. that's my week 1 tips finals, okay? It sets up 2 very interesting semi-finals. Geelong v West Coast, probably on the Friday night, probably at the Gabba. And then Brisbane and the Western Bulldogs, oh boy. Brisbane could go out in straight sets 2 years in a row possibly, but I'll get into that next week, okay? It sets up 2 intriguing semi-finals. Knowing me, I'll probably get one of them wrong, one of these finals wrong, but hopefully it's not the Bulldog one. But yeah, this first week of finals is going to be very fun and very interesting to watch, okay? Especially on my birthday, the Bulldog finals, so that'll be fun, okay? By the end of this weekend, there'll be only 6 teams left, okay? So yeah, a lot on the line for 2 finals, okay? A lot on the line for some teams, okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be doing the predictions for the semi-finals or week 2 of the finals next week. Okay, so anyway, there'll be a new video coming out very soon on the weekend. It's about unpopular opinions, just to give you a little tease. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out the podcast, Nico on the Go, episode 1 and 2 on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Link is in the description to the podcast. So yeah, have a good day guys. See ya.